Thomas Keto talking about Tensor Proton 7200.
Go ahead and get this mixed up. Another thing that'll help you guys out
application
is,
show.
once we mix these
Bobby
up,
Clemens
we're
here
dealing with a
attending,
pot light, right?
30 some other people
So,
attending.
with these types of products, typically, the warmer the buckets are, the faster that reaction is going to happen. So if you're working somewhere where it's really warm, keep these a little bit cooler. That way you've got plenty of working time. So just kind of keep those things in mind. Sometimes you can have a little bit left on the top like this. We just go ahead and take a stir stick, scrape this back in the bucket. And we always want to mix up part A and part B separately first before we mix them together, just because we want to make sure everything is completely in suspension. We don't have any settlement or anything like that, so that we get a good mix. So I'll just do that real quick. Doesn't have to be much. Just make sure that it's not chunky or anything like that. Take the part B, this top back in there. And we'll do the same thing here. Take our stir stick, just make sure this is good and mixed up. And that looks good there.
Thomas mixing A and B.
I'll dump this into the part B. And get as much out of this part B tub as I can. Make sure I scrape the bottom and the sides really good. Good there. Okay. We'll start mixing it up. Now, depending on the manufacturer, they may want you to use a drill. Some may want you to use stir sticks. Just depends. Always check with them. But one key when you're mixing up these products, these are usually pretty thick. So you want to mix it up at a slow and steady speed. You don't want to try and whip it up really fast, because what happens when you do that is you end up trapping a bunch of air in there, and that air tries to work its way out of that coating, but the coating starts to set up, and then you end up with a lot of pinholes. So if you're running into that issue where you're seeing a lot of pinholing happen, it's probably due to the mixing. They're just whipping it up way too fast, whether it's by drill or by stir stick. So we typically will tell people, mix it up for roughly 2 minutes or so, but the main thing is that we get it completely mixed up. No stirs or no streaks or anything like that. One complete uniform color. Get the corners and the side really well. Get that completely mixed up. Because if it's not mixed and we have streaks in there, it's not going to completely cure out in the right way it's supposed to. Looks pretty good. I always tell people, once you've got it, or you think you've got it mixed up, just do it for another 20 seconds or so to be safe. We're looking pretty good here. Got her mixed up, so I'm going to apply this with a. What's that?
Your brush.
Yeah. I'm going to start with an applicator pad. Brushes are also pretty popular. This is an applicator pad. I like these on small diameter, brushes on larger diameter. It's just kind of the way I like to do it, but that's really on the applicator. So you can work directly out of the bucket. I tend to pour a little kind of pancake on the top and work down. It's completely up to the person applying it. Go ahead and just pour a little bit out here. Oh, okay. Pour a little bit more on here then. Start there. We'll just sort of start by spreading it out a little bit. This pipe's a little bit colder, so it's going to go on a little bit thicker. Alright, once you've got it spread out, just start working it down that pipe. Usually what we're shooting for with this is a minimum of 20 mils to a max of 60 to 70, somewhere in that ballpark, as far as our thickness. 20 mils to make sure that we have enough coating to meet that 14 to 16 mils of FE that's on there. And then we'll stop around that 70 mark so that we don't have any issues with that coating becoming too brittle. Because the thicker it goes on, the more brittle it can become, which is not a good thing. Do a little bit more on this side, and then we'll check the thickness. See where we're at.